All right, everybody, welcome back to the Logroom Guys Craft Beer Show. It is Tuesday, July the 15th, 2025. Jersey Johnny coming at you. And with me, as always, is none other than Mr. Food Samurai. That's what I'm going to start calling him, Food Samurai.
I'm just going to say, I got to eat before the show. You know that.
I know. You do.
So,
I don't. I do, but I don't.
you should.
I should, but I don't.
You know.
Yeah. So, what are you eating? As if I didn't know.
It's gone now.
What were you eating? As if I didn't know.
Orange chicken, because it is Orange Chicken Day. Not
National
International
Orange Chicken Day. Happy Orange Chicken Day. Had I known before, I don't know, 20 minutes ago when you texted me that, I would have, well, I still wouldn't have gone out and gotten it.
No, you wouldn't have. Don't fool yourself. You're not fooling.
Yeah. I mean, there was a really good Chinese restaurant literally a block and a half away, but I still wouldn't have done it.
No, it's hot out there. And
I melted 3 times today. I did.
Thrice.
I did.
Yeah, leaving the apartment's not it's not an attractive proposition.
No. I when I first walked outside this morning, you could cut it with just a butter knife.
You played golf today, right?
I did, like an idiot.
Yeah. You played 18 holes.
18 holes, yes. 18 holes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a good weight loss program, right?
Yeah, I did definitely lose a lot of weight. So.
That's the only way to make golf strenuous.
This is true. You're not wrong.
Now you got to do is put the bowling alleys outside.
Exactly.
Oh, that's called bocce, isn't it?
That's bocce. What was that? What was it? Was a comedy show. It was like they said it's cross country bowling. That's what it was. Cross country bowling. So
you used to play golf with what you call it? Well, we called it throw golf. My friends and I invented this thing called throw golf.
Throw golf. Okay.
Right. So pars were something on along lines of like 22.
Okay.
And we did have rules. Like if you were in the sand trap, you actually had to toss it backwards through your legs.
All right.
If you were on the fairway, you had to mark your spot and you could get a running start up to that spot.
That's not bad.
Right. And if you were in the if you're in the rough, you had to stand.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't run up. You had to do it flat-footed.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a bunch of different rules for it, and and of course, if you're on the green, you had to roll the ball like you're playing jacks or something. I guess I don't know.
Right. Well, that's not bad.
Yeah. So it was. We had a lot of fun with it.
That's cool.
You could only do it after at dusk when all the golfers were off the courses.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Of course. Pun intended.
100%.
Yes. So, yeah. So I don't know. I haven't played that in a while. And then, of course, there's have you ever done frisbee golf?
I have once. I did. It was interesting for the first 2 or 3, and then I just wanted to play frisbee. I didn't want to
when I was border collie to go bring it back for me. I used to play it in college when it was actually called frisbee golf. I forgot because it's now called disc golf because they don't actually use.
It's disc golf now. Yeah.
They don't use whammo frisbees anymore.
No.
And we used to play in college. I knew a guy in college who was so bad at throwing the frisbee. We asked him, and it was such a sad answer. We like, "Where'd you learn to throw a frisbee?" The insert that comes with it.
Really?
No one. So we had to teach him how to throw a frisbee. He was a roommate of mine. It was kind of sad. It's like that's. I'm sorry. That's a dad fail as far as I'm concerned.
That's 100% a dad failure.
So,
or an uncle, depending. We won't go there, but
stepdad, whoever,
right, whoever it may be. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Whoever the male father figure was.
Male figure, yeah, whoever it might be,
or female father figure.
Yeah. I mean, it could have been. Yeah, could have been an aunt fail.
Yeah.
So, but in any event,
are there any? I don't want to dig that hole any deeper.
Let's not dig that hole any deeper. Let's stop right there. Stop right there. Let's stop that.
I got to know right now.
I got to know right now. What else? There's another day before because then I need a beer.
Oh yeah, Let's go through these quickly. I sent you 2 more, didn't I?
Yep. It's Happy Saint Swithin's Day.
Okay, so Saint Swithin's. That's from Henry V. Well, obviously it's not just from Henry V.
Not just from Henry V.
It's just known from. It's best known from Henry V, where Henry V gives that whole speech: "We few, we happy few, we band of brothers."
Right.
One of the greatest like pre-battle speeches, ever since. Until, of course, you get Theoden before the Rohirrim.
Right.
That was a good one. And then, of course, before the Black Gates with Aragorn.
Right.
It's not this day.
Not this day. Okay.
So anyway, but yeah, that's what St. Swithin is. That's where the term Band of Brothers comes from.
That's Band of Brothers, right? Exactly.
Where it comes from.
Right.
And
the other one was this one.
Gummy worms.
Happy National Gummy Worm Day.
See, I don't particularly like. I don't particularly like Gummibaden, right? With some because they're invented in Germany,
right?
They're called Gummibaden. But gummy worm, I don't know what the word for worm is. I don't think they're gummy Schlange though.
No.
As we discussed, Schlange is the German word for snake, which makes a lot of sense.
It makes a lot of sense. Yes. Anyway, all right. I'm thirsty. What about you?
I'm thirsty, but as tradition would have it, we don't drink until we bring the guest on.
Yes, let's bring the guest.
The guest is allowed to drink as much as they want before.
They can be.
Actually, we prefer it.
We prefer they did because they
because
deal with us better though.
Yeah, because then we become more interesting.
We're intolerable.
Yeah.
That's besides the point.
Yes,
exactly. Indubitably, Chip or Mac. Yes, Mac. Yeah, and I would be Tosh if that were I'd be Tosh to your Mac. The Chipmunks, indubitably.
Those chipmunks.
Yeah, those chipmunks. Exactly.
Oh,
all right. Dating myself. Let's bring the guest on and have a beer.
Not the one with the Christmas song.
No. Those are not those chipmunks. No, different chipmunks.
Not the helium chipmunks.
Not those chipmunks. No.
Not Chippendale either.
Not Chippendale. There's a lot of different chipmunks in.
I never realized there were so many damn chipmunks.
Exactly.
All right, let's bring the guest on.
Let's bring the guest on. Please welcome to the show, Ms. Brie Devlin. From the executive director of the New Jersey or the Brewers Guild of New Jersey. I put NJ Brewers Guild, but Brewers Guild of New Jersey. So BGNJ.
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 There's been many reiterations of it.
This is the current one.
This is the current one. And hopefully the last one. Hopefully the last one. Yeah.
Hopefully
the last one, please.
It sounds like a sandwich. Can I have a BGNJ?
BGNJ. Can I have a BGNJ? Hot whole wheat, please.
Banana grape jelly.
Banana grape and jelly.
Banana grape and grapes. Put a grapes on it.
Banana granola and jelly. There you go.
Banana granola, Nutella and jelly.
There you go. Oh, yeah.
Well, the end's supposed to be and.
Well, no, it doesn't have. Well, it's new. It's not end. So
it's
a letter.
But you say PB and
it's
J.
not Brewers Guild and Jersey.
It's PB and J, peanut butter and jelly. So the end is.
I know what you meant. I got it. That's PB and J.
What are you drinking?
Yes.
Well, so
that looks interesting.
She's talking to us. Probably Scotch.
Yeah. I really listen. I know this is a beer podcast, but I really had to go for the
go for the gusto.
No, so obviously I'm on here because it's New Jersey Craft Beer Week, but I am in Washington D.C. right now for the hill climb for the guild. So I am, but I'm still supporting local in Washington. I was just at an event where I was having a couple beers before this. Lost Generation Brewing Company, their Mexican lager called Vida.
Ooh. Very nice. Very nice.
It is very nice. Yeah. It was the first beer I ordered. I usually will order a lager of some kind. Oh yeah. Cheers.
I'll get mine in a second. I'll throw this while Dave pours his. I'll just throw this up really quick. Dave Campanelle commented in, having Brie here brought some class to the show for once.
I'll just wait half an hour.
And think about it. Think about it.
That includes himself.
That includes himself because he's been on the show.
Yeah, listen, we'll see where I'm at in 30 minutes.
There you go.
I'm starting strong.
Yeah, we're council just argued himself into a corner.
He did. He definitely did. He forgot about that one.
Well, possibly intentionally. This might be his strategy.
This is he's very he's full of strategery.
Yes, he is. He's quite shrew. Shrill. No, shrewd. Shrewd. That's the word.
Shrew. He is a shrew. He's shrewd.
He's shrill. Nah, he can't.
Shrewish. Right.
Be shrewish.
So, what are you drinking there, Samurai?
Well, I'm trying to represent as many New Jersey breweries on the show as I possibly can. So I've got
You mean you have to pick up my slack here?
There we go, my Bolero Snort shirt. But I'm starting off with the Icarus 9-degree Bros.
Delicious.
It absolutely is, and I've got it in my mechanical Becker.
There you go.
So,
Yeah, I'm limited on hotel room glassware here, so
been there, done that.
I got my mechanical Becker right here. So.
There you go. This is John knows I've done the show from hotel rooms a few times.
Absolutely.
Probably going to be another couple coming. No, sure, no, not this year.
So yeah, I forgot to put that up. There is 9-degree Bros. There's the crawl for it. And while we read the crawl for a second, Al Gattulo commented in, I agree with Dave's statement. Cheers, everyone.
This episode's going to be called Brie Gets Too Big of a Head.
There you go.
Cheers, Al.
Cheers, Al.
Cheers, Al. Al, friend. I almost said friend of the show.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he is a friend of the show.
He's a friend of the show, and
you obviously watch the show, you know.
Friend of the show, frequent guest on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Occasional antagonist on the show.
Occasional and protagonist.
Keeps you on your toes.
He keeps you on your toes.
Yes, he does. Because quite knowledgeable.
Absolutely. I am drinking from Seven Tribes and Brewing. Yes, keep it in New Jersey too. Jasmine. They're Jasmine rice lager. So there you go.
I love a rice lager.
Mm-hmm. As do I. As does Dave.
Mm-hmm.
So cheers. I put it in this one. So
cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to the two of you, and to Al, and to Dave, and to everybody else that's watching.
That's a yum-yums.
That's very good. Oh, you can taste the jasmine in it too. That's really nice.
Yeah.
Love it. That's really good. So, there you go.
That's cool.
Absolutely. Cool. All right. So you know what? Let's kick this off with
what?
With what we do to first time guests on the show. All right,
there's a hazing process.
There's a hazing process. No, I'm kidding.
No hazing.
Here we go. So, question we ask first-time guests is, what is to the best of your recollection, what was the first craft beer you ever remember having? And it can be craft-ish. It doesn't have to be.
No, I actually have a really good answer for this.
Go for it.
So I, before I started working in the industry, this was when I was 19, 20. So I was definitely not drinking. No way. No. There was no alcohol in my body.
No, none of us did.
No, I never did either.
I didn't start drinking beer until I was 35. I mean,
hold on. I need to put a cloth over that crossover. I'll be right back.
No, I was working at the Bonefish Grill in Pine Brook at the time.
Okay.
And the one thing I will say about, at them as a corporate restaurant is they do, or at least they did at the time, they made sure that they had a local beer to whatever restaurant that they had. So they reserved 2 taps, and that was initially from Cricket Hill. But that was when I, again, because trying there, I was about 19. And then when I turned 21, they had swapped over to, so the first New Jersey craft beer that I had, that sticks to my mind, is Magnify's Search Saison.
Search Saison. Okay.
Yeah, that's one of their originals.
Yeah, one of their originals. So I'm whatever the opposite of dating myself is here, by saying how much younger than I am. I'm really skewing your.
Look, you're not skewing yourself about the listeners. You're just proving. You're not proving how young you are. You're proving how old Dave and I are.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you're supposed to say, no, you guys aren't that old.
Oh, but that wouldn't be fun.
There we go.
Perfect answer. There you go.
But yeah, so
and now back to that hazing.
We're getting hazed though.
I know we're getting hazed. Okay, we need to force her to do a shot of Malort now.
That's it. I got mine.
You don't have to force.
You're a fan. Nice.
No, I'm not. I just don't. I don't back down from a challenge.
Yeah, I got mine.
I got 2 bottles over there.
Do you always carry a bottle of Malort with you, Brie, when you go down to
I should now. Maybe I should. But yeah, so funny enough that one of the first, so the first craft beers that I was really introduced to were New Jersey, which is super cool.
That's awesome.
So yeah, that's cool for me. And then obviously, as I got more into the beer industry, I had a lot of the tried and trues that I was able to kind of build into my repertoire. But yeah, I like the fact that New Jersey craft beer was some of my first.
So you never had the Cricket Hill you had the
No,
first
no, not at the time. Yeah,
What was it? Do you remember? I'm just curious.
I think it was Hopnotic.
Probably
Hopnotic.
Hopnotic. I was going to say
Yeah.
probably Hopnotic.
Hopnotic. Yeah, that's the one.
I can imagine any of their other beers actually making it to a corporate restaurant chain.
No, East Coast Lager made it to.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah. Again, this was 10 years ago now, so yeah, Hopnotic was on. I don't think they had a second tap at the time, but yeah. So when I turned 21, the first New Jersey craft beer I had was Magnify.
Magnify. There you go.
Nice.
Magnify. I was search saison. That's right. What was the first? What was first craft brewery you ever visited?
First craft brewery I ever visited was Rockaway Brewing Company in Rockaway Beach, New York.
Oh wow,
cool.
Yeah, so I'm from Rockaway Beach, New York, Queens, and again during my definitely not 21 times, I was a pretty frequent regular there. I guess I probably shouldn't say that, but I did. But yeah, then after that,
there's no statute. There's not a statute.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, well, they're gonna find me 10 years.
They can't go back and retroactively find you in the restaurant. So.
And we doubt your parents listen to the show, so you're good.
Yeah.
And you're probably too old for them to ground now too. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, so for the first brewery I went to was Rockaway Brewing Company in Rockaway Beach, New York.
Very nice.
Yeah,
nice,
great,
nice.
Super. It was at garage brewery, beach town.
Yeah, no, I remember. Yeah, that was awesome. So cool. All right, so you're 21. You went to, and you're 21. You went.
Yeah.
You went to Rockaway Brewing in Rockaway. You went to you were at Bonefish Grill, and obviously you had Magnify Search Saison. What of that, or anything after that, that followed, made you, decide to yourself that I need to get a little bit more involved in this industry?
So
what was it that hooked you? What was that moment? What's that phrase everybody uses? I mean, I'm thinking of something else, but like a come to Jesus moment. But whatever, whatever the
aha moment.
Aha moment. There you go. Any of those things you can use.
Aha.
Well, and everyone that I know in the beer world is going to laugh at me when I say this. So again, I was probably about 20. Yeah, I was about 21 at the time, and I was driving one day, and I was driving because again it was so close. I was driving past Magnify, and I was like, owning a brewery would be so cool. Yeah, and again, all my peers
cool.
were like, and now even still, being in the industry for so long, I'm like, wow, good thing you didn't really go with that one. I integrated myself in a much more manageable way. But yeah, so I had that initial, I don't know. And again, I knew nothing about it. I didn't know how to brew. I just was like, this is the world that I can see myself really, really getting on in. And I think that's kind of where a lot of that stemmed, and then obviously as time went on, I was like, wow, yeah, you thought that was really, really that easily doable. And especially at the time. So you figure this was 2015, 2016.
Sure.
So I didn't even realize that at the time, the changes that were happening in the industry, where breweries were now allowed to serve, instead of just doing the 2-ounce pour. So I didn't.
It was like only at that point, it was only like 2.5 years into,
right.
Being able to have tap rooms and
that was, that's when when the boom of the breweries in our state really started ramping up, 2015, 2016, 2017.
Sure.
My gosh, but yeah, so that was kind of my first thought. And then I had a friend who lived out in Warren County that, we were kind of talking about it, and she knew that, we both like to drink beer. And she'd said to me, she's like, hey, my dad, she owns a general store out in the area. There's this new brewery that opened up that I think that you'd be really good to work at. And I was like, oh yeah. And I was actually kind of in between, like I was looking for a new job at the time, but I knew I kind of was in the industry. I was still in school. So she's like, go drive down, see if they're hiring. And I was like, okay. So I drove down to Zigmeister in Hackettstown, which was the brewery I worked at for 8 years. And and then it's kind of the rest is history. It took a while though. I'll be quick in this little story. So I had gone at the time because of me working at a restaurant.
Sure.
The tier laws were kind of the issue, whether I could work for a different tier and then also come in and apply at a brewery. So I texted Frank, who's one of the owners of Zigmeister, and it was after our meeting, and he was like, "All right, like I'm gonna try to." He's like, "I have to figure out if I can hire you before I, before I offer you any shifts or anything." And I was like, "Okay." Probably about a month of me harassing this guy and being like, "Hey, did you follow up yet? Hey, did you talk to your lawyer?" And then every time he's like, "Oh no, I'm sorry, I'm so busy," because obviously they just opened a brewery, and I'm like, no, you need to hire me. I don't not get a job. And then that was about a month, and I was like, all right, cool off. Let them come back to you. And then probably a couple weeks later, I gotten a text from Frank on a Friday. And I was working my other job, and he said, "Hey, Brie, I checked with my lawyer. They said that you being a bartender would be fine. Da da da. We had a call out tonight. Can you be here at 5:30? Can you be here at 5?" And at the time, I was working the lunch shift at the job. I was working at a different bar, and I texted him. I was like, "I'll be there at 4:45." So that's my coming.
That's how you got in there. There you go. And the rest is history. There you go.
Yes, and here we are now, 10 years later.
Yeah. Yep. Many and I can't believe Dave. I can't believe you never met Brie before tonight.
No. I
mean, so long I didn't get out. When you work the tap room, when you work at a brewery, how often are you able to venture outside? For so long, everyone's operating.
Well, I mean, it's not like Dave hasn't been to Zig. That's my point.
No, yeah, I've been to Zig a few times.
Well, then I'm sure that we've met in some capacity. I'm sure that we've at least met in passing.
Yeah, probably.
At the very least.
Mm-hmm. Quite possible. Quite possible you pour me a beer. I don't know.
Yeah, that's okay.
Because I mean, Brie and I never met before tonight either.
No.
No, not at all.
Is that what we're telling Jess?
Anyway,
that's going to cost you.
Oh, shut up. Anyway, but no. So yeah, hey, look, there's been plenty of stout fests and anniversaries and everything else up at Zig that and look, hey, it's a really cool. For where it is in New Jersey, right? Because we talk about this all the time, Brie, and we'll get more into that, obviously, as we're talking about the Guild and we're talking about what this week is now, finally, right? What you're doing. But we talk all the time about like breweries are, and this is my feeling, and I know I'm not alone in feeling this way. The more breweries you have around you, the better off you are. It's unlike any other business. I always the analogy I use is, if you have a pizzeria and you're selling a lot of pizza, and a brewery opens up yeah, you're fine. But another pizzeria 10 years in opens up across the street from you. I don't care if that pizza sucks. You're still losing some business.
Exactly.
Right. But a brewery, you want 5 breweries within 5 blocks of you, because then you're a destination. You'll make more money with those breweries there than you will if you were alone and no one else around you.
So Scott won 3 blocks away?
Two blocks away. Joe is 2 blocks away from Zig.
Oh, sorry, I missed that first part. Yeah, so I'm right. That's a great thing about Hackettstown is there's Zigmeister, a block away is Manskirt, and then a 5-minute drive is Jersey Girl.
It's Jersey Girl, yeah.
Yeah. So
which depends on how fast you drive.
7-minute drive.
7-minute drive.
And a lead foot. But exactly, and I think that's the one thing that I've always tried to explain to whether it's consumers or other brewery owners, is the best part about the beer industry is that we have like 3 levels of culture, right? We have the culture of just what craft beer is, and that's national, that's international, whatever, right? Mm-hmm. Then we kind of have what our state culture is. And I think that's right now, and we'll get into that a little bit later, what I'm trying to build is the state culture of New Jersey beer. Mm-hmm. What New Jersey beer does have that is really cool, and why I think more breweries, and again, not that it's the most desirable time, but each brewery has their own culture. You're not getting the same, like for instance, Zigmeister and Manskirt.
Yeah, sure.
It's apples and oranges.
It absolutely is.
And I do think that, a big part of like the discourse around this is like, the general public always kind of wants a feud. I think that there is a level of being like, well, I like them better. And it's like, well, no, they're different,
Yes, we've seen that in New Jersey.
Of course.
Where there's always that argument between Kane and Carton. There was for the longest time there was that argument, and everyone's like, those who've been in it for a while, like, why is it either or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But people want to have their feuds, as you said.
I mean, for years it was Kane and Carton, Coke and Pepsi, McDonald's and Burger King, that kind of a thing. Right. That was the level that they were. Why bother?
Right.
I mean, everybody else was feuding them. Mike and the guy who shall remain first name nameless on the show.
Oh no, that guy loves feuds. Are you kidding me?
He loves feuds, but behind the scenes they're laughing with each other. That's the thing.
But no, and I think that's a big part of it too is breweries don't lean into it, but they also like that you can be a little cheeky about it. You can lean into it in a way of like, all right, this is actually Manskirt and Zigmeister did something like this very recently that I saw. So it's one of those things where I think the general just support, like you're supporting New Jersey beer. That's the goal, right? It should like, even if you think internally, you're like, oh, I don't really love their beer or whatever. It's like, it doesn't matter, then don't go. Then don't go.
Don't bother. Don't bother. Yeah. You don't like their beer, don't go. Other people do. Go. That's we say it all the time, right? Go where you want to go. If you like.
Listen, we all want to spend our money, especially right now where we feel it's important. So
But yeah, so I think that's, like I said, it's cool in the area there, and there are a few of them around the state, and I'm really happy about that. But kudos to them. We always say to breweries, there's a lot of breweries, some of the older ones obviously, and it's weird. I mean, I'm sorry, for me it's weird to think that Kane and Carton are older breweries, and they really are, but they're only 14 years old, right? And they're but I was sitting the other day and I was thinking, how many breweries opened up from Kane? And Zig is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Well, my theory why Zig left Kane.
Why?
He was tired of looking at everybody's belly button. Everybody there is like 6'3", and Matt's shorter. Let's just say.
No, just say Matt's not. There you go.
He's not.
Oh, you're gonna give me a yeah.
Oh, I've said this.
Not enough.
I've actually said that.
I picked on and picked up Matt enough.
No, I've actually said that to Matt's face. So he said that I wasn't entirely wrong.
There you go. Got another comment I'll throw it up here from Brian Peeboke. Says, cheers, just got off a work call. First beer tonight is Taxman Deadline Belgian Barrel-Aged Stout, 13.8%. Oof.
All right.
They start with a sessional.
That's a revolution, isn't it?
It is. I believe it is.
I think it's very appropriate. His middle initials P.
P, right? Yeah. Brian Peeboke. There you go.
Another story.
But he said Matt is vertically challenged. Yes, there you go.
There you go.
I actually was at Taxman CBC this year, was out in Indianapolis. I was at Taxman back in April. So, yeah great spot.
Yeah. And I couldn't get to CBC this year, unfortunately, because, my daughter got married.
So, congratulations. But but the good thing is it's next year in Philly. So
yeah, I know. So Philly, I don't even have to stay there. I will, but I don't have to stay there. I can just drive back and forth. I'm with no traffic. I'm 45 minutes from Philly.
So. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so I'm a little further.
Yes.
Just a little bit.
Anyway, okay. Are you, Dave? You ready for your second? Are you pouring your second?
I'm already drinking, John.
All right. Well, you didn't tell me, so I didn't put it in.
You didn't hear the.
No, actually.
I like to open the cans right next to the mic so you can hear it.
I know. So there you go.
It's out of my Carton Taku. Mm-hmm. So representing Carton in the glassware. However, it is Jersey Girls Sun-Kissed Citra.
Oh, nice.
Very nice.
The label looks different to me. I don't know why.
Because he changed the label, did he not?
He changed the label.
The label. So it's rebranded a little bit. This is such a yummy beer. Right, this is Citra and Centennial.
Yep.
Citra and Centennial.
Mm-hmm.
That's lovely.
There you go. Just pouring my beer. And how is it?
I gotta catch up.
So how is that one there?
I just said it's yummy. Yummy. It's almost it's weird because neither Citron nor Centennial throw peach, but it's a little peachy to my palate right now.
Nice.
Yeah, that's quite yums.
Very nice. I decided to go with.
What did you decide to go with?
For my second beer, I decided to go with another New Jersey brewery. Shocker, I know. This one, however, yours was from Jersey Girl.
Yeah.
Mine, however, was from Jersey Girl. So, Elder Magic. It's their
elderflower Hefeweizen, right?
Elderflower and lemon Hefeweizen.
Lemon,
yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Which was its original name?
Its original name. Chuck was on a show a few weeks ago, and he said the original name of this beer was Elderflower Lemon Hefeweizen.
Yeah, that's why I think I think it was the first time I had it. Yeah, I was like, wait, I got that one.
Well, he brewed a small batch of it, and we were doing a beer fest up at Crystal Springs, and we were right next to each other. And he says, "John, you got to taste this." And he poured it off. He says, "This is my Elderflower Lemon Hef." I guess he did it. I think he did the first batch on a tippy, and
yes,
so I met him. It was fantastic. I was like, him and I drank the whole thing. I think Vito was there too. I think Vito got one glass of it. So
Vito, my brother-in-law.
Yeah. But whatchamacallit? So it was fantastic. And here it is right there, Elder Magic, right?
There you
and it was this, and he said it on the show too. This originally was Strange Magic.
Yep.
But they got a C&D from
ELO.
From ELO. So, which you would think Jersey Girl, you would think a New Jersey brew would fly under the radar of ELO.
You would think.
You'd be surprised. Surprised.
Yeah, I definitely was. But cheers for that as well.
Cheers.
It's pretty beer.
It's
a pretty beer.
It's a pretty beer.
Not that yours isn't pretty, Chuck, if you're watching.
Yes.
That is a pretty beer too.
Well, by the way, this is Chuck's beer too.
Yeah, I know. But you're not supposed to have favorite children, so.
Well, we don't. That's true. So he is. Right now, I doubt he's watching though, because right now it's like 2 a.m. where he is.
That's right. He's in Greece.
He's in Greece. So yeah.
Well, if he watches it afterwards.
Watches it afterwards.
I actually do have a favorite child because I've got 2 idiot sons and a daughter. So, go figure.
Gotta love it. I'm the opposite.
Yep.
And I take the word idiot out.
And in the same order too.
My daughters and son, fantastic, love them. There you go. Cheers to my kids. But in any event, this is not a show about my kids. This is a show about beer. So
anyway, probably responsible for your kids.
Which is definitely responsible for my kids. Anyway. All right, before we continue, we got one other comment here. Doug Smith commented, and he says,
"Hey, Doug.
Guys, yes, we're gonna talk about this after towards the end of the show. So I'll put this comment back up momentarily. Stick around though, because we're gonna want some input from you if you can.
And welcome back from Bermuda, by the way.
And welcome back from Bermuda. And I want to actually ask a couple questions about Bermuda because I've been there, but it's been 35 years. 30.
And now they have craft beer there.
Since I've been to Bermuda, so I got a couple questions about it for you. So anyway, all right. So Brie, let's get into the guild.
There's membership dues. There's clearance. You can't just walk into the guild.
You can't get into the guild, right? Anyway, let's get into the discussion about the guild. Is that better? Is that better?
There we go.
Is that better?
Anyway. Just got to make sure we're clear here.
Let's try to be clear. Mm-hmm. We're going to talk about this week. I'll touch on it now. This week is the first annual New Jersey Craft Beer Week, which you've enacted, and we want to talk about that. But as far as we'll get to that in a second. But as far as you go, what are some of the things? What are some of the topics? And as we all know, and we've discussed this ad nauseum on this show so far, as far as the industry and some of the issues and some of the trials and tribulations that the industry is facing right now. We're not going to go through them all because we've done it a million times. What are some of the things that are being discussed as far as combating some of these issues, or what may be going on as far as guild discussions on the topic?
Yeah, so I mean, a lot of the conversations right now that we're having in terms of movement, things, surely but slowly, right? And our conversations and being out here in DC and kind of seeing what other states are talking about as well, and also seeing what states are have been able to solve that we're trying to figure out right now. I mean, for us, there's a big conversation around hemp, and THC derived beverages. That's a huge, it's on everyone's radar, right?
It's huge.
And
in New Jersey right now, there's no legal limit to the amount of milligrams in the THC drinks right now,
and that's
and it's got to be coming. I mean, it can't be just like flying under the radar with them. They have to be coming down with them. There's some THC drinks that are they're putting them out there 60 milligrams. I mean, come on, that could they could put a cow to sleep.
Well, we've got a friend who drinks them regularly.
Well, yeah.
He's so sleepy.
No, he's not.
He's not sleepy.
He gets chatty.
Oh,
very chatty.
Listen. I imbibe, and that could not be me. I'm like, leave me alone. Lock me in a room. No, but I'm very fortunate enough to have Eric Orlando, who's our lobbyist. He's the one that's really kind of spearheading.
Eric's great. Yeah,
Eric's amazing. He's really keeping me. This, he actually told me to come out for this, which honestly, I think that I am doing a great job, but I think that this is more his wheelhouse with talking to, politicians and stuff like that. But no, I think, between the difference with hemp and then, right now on everyone's mind, everyone's a little bit nervous about, tariffs and, what we can kind of, obviously on a federal level, there's not much that we can do as a state, right? We can show up, we can support, the National Brewers Association.
Sure.
But as a state, there are cost saving opportunities for us to be able to talk with, so right now we're talking with the ABC about certain things. They are aware of the nervousness of most small businesses when it comes to aluminum and grain and now copper and all of these different things that will directly affect the bottom line.
100%. Absolutely.
So we're kind of focusing on that right now. And the benefit of Eric being able to kind of spearhead those conversations. And while, I'm involved on a smaller scale, but, still, a part of the conversation is that does give me time to focus on the aspect of the industry that hasn't they haven't had a person in quite some time to be able to start, and that's to promote the industry. Right. We back in 2023 to 2024 I was a small part, but I was part of going down to Trenton, but with Eric and so many members of not only the guild, but at the time, this was still during the split, the association as well.
Right.
So, that was a great moment for, everyone to be like, we're fighting the same thing, but we're apart.
Yeah, it was
the same goal.
So weird. And I'm so happy that everything kind of came together finally.
Yeah. So
and there were a lot, and towards the end there were a lot of breweries that were in both.
Yep.
So
of course.
What was the point at that point? Just join.
Yeah. And if you wanted your craft beer feud, there was your craft beer feud for you.
Right. Yeah, right. But I think that there's a with the momentum of what the guild and the association had done back in 2023 and 2024, with 2024 being, all of the event legislation finally went to the side, having food, all these things that were most states were, why are we focusing on this? For
Right.
that to kind of, be kind of put on the back burner for what the breweries need to worry about. I think now we can move forward to a different approach, right?
Sure.
Move away from not move away from the legislature by any chance, but we don't have to focus on that, with grassroots campaigns and all this stuff now.
Yeah, I mean, finally all that's in the past, because it's not directives anymore. It's actual law now.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it can't be, it is what it is now, right? So, and on the show too, we've had people from other states and other countries on the show, and we tell them these things that New Jersey was fighting for, and they're like, "Are you kidding me? Is that really happening?" It made no sense at all.
We actually had someone from Utah say that same thing.
Utah
of all places.
Utah said that.
Throughout my career in the industry, whether I was part of the guild or just working for a brewery, is our ridiculous laws have always made me the most popular girl at a party. Because people will find me the minute, if I have a name badge on that says New Jersey or whatever it is.
Right.
Or they'll hear that I'm from New Jersey, like, so what are you? You guys can't have music. And I'm like, yeah, it's kind of what we're dealing with now. So, but I think that ability to have the open conversation with other, whether it's other state guilds or other state breweries. Sorry, I shouldn't read comments as I'm talking.
No, that's right. Yeah.
You remember you guys were talking about chipmunks earlier? I'm the squirrel. Like what?
Yeah. Well, Doug said he's a TH infused beer. Yeah, THC infused beer. You've discussed that before, right?
It has been on the radar since weed became legal. The minute that weed became legal, I think questions were going of like, so.
That's a tongue-in-cheek question from Doug, John, if you think about it.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. No, that's a long story. We can tell you afterwards, but it's a long story.
No worries. But yeah, so I think that there, now we're able to focus on giving the industry a shot that it really hasn't had. New Jersey's never been known as a craft beer state. There hasn't been that focus on it because we've been fighting the things that just should have made our breweries' lives so much easier for the last 10 years. So, now it's kind of building up that momentum and being like, all right, and it's a hard time. It's not the best time to be like, hey, get excited about craft beer again, with just, money and, whether, we just had a big conversation about, if people are drinking less or what that kind of actually looks like in terms of the stats.
Right.
So, so that's kind of where we're at with the guild right now, is just kind of figuring out how we keep moving forward.
And that's all you can do, right?
Now you had mentioned earlier, whereas all the breweries have a different culture, that with the guild you were looking to make a New Jersey craft beer culture. What does that look like to you? What direction are you going on that?
So I'll get to like the tone, the voice. So my background's in marketing. I've always been pretty good. I've always said I've been really good at marketing. I've been really, really good about marketing craft beer because that's what I did before. And, the one thing that when I was looking, when I had first started this in January and I was looking at the industry as a whole and I was like, okay, here's what I need to focus on in this area. I was like, now when we look at the marketing aspect of this industry, I'm like, what is New Jersey beer? Who are the people that I'm interacting with every day? Who are the Jersey Johnnies and the beer samurais of the world? Who are whether you're you've been drinking craft beer for 30 years or you just kind of started, with the last
30.
years.
That's cute.
You're cute.
But no, and I was like, we're dirty New Jersey. I was like,
dirty Jersey.
You are paying tolls to drink our beer. You are, you like.
No. It is free to get in the state. You've got to pay to leave.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. All right.
You get well, depending on what road you take. Well, there are two roads in New Jersey that you have to pay to move around on. Yeah. But to get in and out, it's free to get in. You got to pay to leave.
Most likely, especially you're heading down the shore, you're going this way. I mean, there is a chance that you find a toll. And
you're going to pay.
I give other examples too, construction, right? But no, it's there is this attitude in our state that it inherently contributes to the culture, and so why not capitalize on what's already there? We're already, we're shit. Oh, can I curse on this?
You can fucking curse at.
I was like, now I lost the curse. Now I'm going to sound like I'm performative cursing now. But no, I mean, like
should have put on a clinic. Here we go.
That's what the state, in terms of creating the plan for what the culture of our state could be. That's where I'm starting. And then it's kind of going from there and growing it and, looking at, how, all right, so this is obviously an idea that's not going to keep all these breweries open another 10 years of being like, we need to be assholes. But no, it is, you need that basis in order to kind of expand and grow. And when it comes to these different marketing grants that are available or these different grants and figuring out what people are missing from our state and the beer in our state.
Right. And
how the guild can kind of fill that hole in different ways. So whether it's, like the New Jersey Craft Beer Week is small, right? It's our first time doing it. It's again, with less than 3 months really of full preparation. That's the start. Right. And you know what? We had the kickoff events last Sunday. I think they went very well. It was definitely.
Well, talk about a couple of them. please.
Yeah, so we had 3 kickoff events on Sunday throughout the state. We tried to do North, Central, South. We wanted to get a Jersey Shore one done, but we weren't able to make that happen until next weekend.
Wait a second. There's a Central Jersey.
Oh, don't! I'm not from New Jersey. I am. I will.
Me neither.
No, not my whole life.
Yeah. I barely know where I am half the time. So if you want me to argue, that's North and Central. I've got bigger problems.
I mean, there are people that tell me I live in South Jersey. There are people that tell me I live in Central Jersey.
That's how you. Actually, when I grew up in Central Jersey, people in the South would tell me I was from the North. From the North, people in the North would say I was in the South. Okay. That's how you knew you lived in Central Jersey.
That's how you knew you lived in Central Jersey. I live. Well, Central Jersey, as far as everybody is concerned, right? It's Route 78 and Route 195.
Okay.
All right. That
I disagree.
The
Raritan River and Route 70.
And Route 70.
Route 70.
And 70. But here's the thing, though. 70 is not. It's east.
This is New Jersey Game and Wildlife, actually.
Yeah, but 70 goes down to Camden.
Mm-hmm.
So you're telling me that town
70 pretty much parallels 195.
Yeah, but
just a little bit. Just a
little bit of an angle, and it goes south.
It does, but they both kind of almost blind.
Right, I understand that, but my point is, like, you're telling me if you live in Cherry Hill above Route 70, you're in Central Jersey, because Cherry Hill, as far as I'm concerned, is in South Jersey.
I always thought that was Central Jersey.
I don't know. Well, regardless.
Listen. You're. if any way for me to be the mediator, I can't. I have no idea where anything is. So.
Well, you get your map.
Well, I was going to say if 195 was indeed the and according to Dave, it's not. But if 195 was indeed the border, I'm about a quarter of a mile into Central Jersey right now, and quarter of a mile south, half a mile south, I'd be in.
Well, see, because I consider Bricktown Central Jersey, and that's south of 195.
And it's south of 195. Yeah, I hear you. Well, it depends. If here's the thing, though, Dave.
But 70 runs right through Bricktown.
70 runs through Bricktown. So if you're on the east side of Route 70 in Brick, that means that you're in South Jersey, right?
But being from Central Jersey, anything that rode the line, we claimed.
There you go.
Claim it.
All right, enough about this. Let's get back to Brie. So anyway, you were saying, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Yeah. So I mean,
the three
kickoff events.
Yeah. So we had one at the Cloverleaf in Caldwell. We had one at the Landing in Hillsborough and Cinder Bar in Williamstown.
Cinder Bar, Williamstown's great. Cloverleaf. I'm familiar with Cloverleaf.
I've been there a few times. I will probably be there this Sunday, actually.
Will you? Very nice.
Oh, they're having a Trillium event.
Yeah. Oh, really? I was not aware. I really wasn't.
First 50 people get a free hat, John.
I think I need to go to Caldwell on Sunday. I used to live 3 blocks away from the Cloverleaf. So I would be able to walk there and then crawl home.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. I worked too close to there, and it was a problem. Let alone not having to drive.
So which were you at any events, Brie, or did you?
I was at. So the nice thing was about, again, I'm North Jersey, so I couldn't get to the South Jersey one. I was at Cloverleaf from 10 to 2, and then I drove directly to to the Landing from 3 to 8 for the kickoff event there.
Nice.
Yeah, it was great. You know what? Again, for our first time, I think we're our own harshest critic. I really wanted these people out, and I think that they had a great turnout. And I think as we go on and there's more preparation and more time, next year is going to look so much better than this year. And I think that, where we are to start, I'm very happy. Yeah. Again, I'm my own harshest critic, but yeah, no, I think that, everyone came, like people that were there were out for it, which I think is, for me.
That's awesome.
Good.
And whatever we can do, for next year's, if there's anything we can do for the rest of this week for this year's, let us know. But whatever we can do for next year, let us know.
Absolutely.
And I hope to be able to help in other ways too. We'll let that. We'll let that sit for now.
Let that ferment.
Follow up with John after. And I appreciate that. And honestly, the biggest thing that
Again,
you are, like with this week, the
I'm
best
telling Jess.
thing that you already do is to keep doing what you're doing, keep supporting local beer, keep drinking local beer. And, I think we're at a really cool time. Well, I hate saying a blanket, we're at a really cool time in New Jersey because, obviously we are seeing breweries close, but.
This is why I wore what I wore tonight, right?
Right.
Kelly Green's been gone. Well, they've been gone a couple of years now.
Yeah.
But, Brick City, they're still brewing beer, but their tap room is gone. And they'll be back. I have faith in Joe.
They closed it down just recently. I was there the last weekend.
Right. But they still have plenty of beer out there, so you're not gonna not find them on tap in stores anywhere. But they're tap room wise, they'll be back. Give them time. But that's why I wore what I wore tonight for that.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was chatting with Gabe the other day. No, and
can you actually chat with Gabe though? Is that possible?
You have to just I always say, I love Gabe. Gabe, if you see this, love you. You got to chat with Gabe as if you're both in a blender.
Right.
You're both a little.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah, you come and leave a little disheveled.
Right.
But no, I think the biggest thing, and the point of this week, and while again, next year with more time, ideally a bigger budget, all these different things.
Right.
At the end of the day, if you could if you drink one more New Jersey craft beer this week, then you've helped this industry in a way that you
100%. That's a perfect way to say it. That's a perfect way to say it. If you drink
one more New Jersey craft beer this week, then you know what? You're helping this industry more than you can even.
I'm going to drink one more New Jersey craft beer this week.
I think I'm going to.
I'm gonna do my catching up when I get back home.
There you go. Well, before Dave says what he's drinking, we had another comment from Doug Smith. Is the Pine Barrens considered Central New Jersey? Who's a piney here?
Well, I grew up in Jackson, so
Jackson, not quite. No,
Jackson was the Pine Barrens until they put the military bases in, which cut off the top.
Cut the top off. Yes.
Cut the top portion off. So Pine Barrens is South Jersey. But I grew up so close to the Howell and Freehold borders. There's no way I could be considered a piney. If you're out in Western Jackson, especially Southwestern Jackson,
you can claim that even though you're not. You can still kind of claim it.
You could also probably claim something on your insurance because that meant you were in the Legler section and you were dying of cancer. But that's another story. I don't know if you remember that story. Not to bring this down, but I got dark because my beer got dark.
Why did your beer get dark, Dave? What are you drinking?
I'm drinking an autodidact, a horse with no name. This is their Cascade.
I thought you were drinking a beer. You're drinking a horse with no name?
Yes. And you know what? At one point, the horse had to go, we've been in this desert for how long? My name's Fred. Stop.
There you go.
You should know that by now. But I put it in I wanted to represent another New Jersey brewery. This one, I'm not too sure. They're all right, I guess.
I don't know about them. I mean,
those guys. I can't find a beer anymore. But
there's more on that later.
Yeah, we'll get to that later. But, so I figured I'd put it in this one. Give a little plug to our erstwhile sponsor.
Right.
Actually, we're doing better than our sponsor is right now. So
100%.
So, but anyway, this is I've had this beer before. I love this beer. So I had to grab this. I got this at Thirsty Pilgrim.
Really? Did you?
Yeah. Love that place.
Very nice. Where did Brie go? Brie up. She'll be right back.
We might have a bio break.
Yeah.
I'm getting close.
You're getting close. I'm actually good for the moment. By the way, notes on Elder Magic. Just before I announce my other beer. Oh,
excuse me. Oh, another beer. Perfect.
This is this was really good. This was really good.
You were surprised.
No, I'm not surprised. This was I've had this.
That's
beer.
the tone of voice you use. You went up.
I'm not trying to say something.
You went up 3 octaves on that.
I'm trying to say something. Anyway, I've had this beer since it was that tippy batch that he did. That I talked about before. But my point being is, Hefeweizen is always a gateway beer, as far as I'm concerned, right? Because it's a wheat beer. A lot of wheat beers are gateway beers. So if you're out there and you're not really committed, I don't know why you do listen to the show if you're not drinking craft beer, but this is a really good gateway beer too, because not only is it a hef, but the elderflower and the lemon in this, it really is fantastic. You should definitely try this. So kudos to Chuck and company up there. So anyway, what did you get there, Brie?
Well, I got a new Lost Generation Vita Mexican lager because they only have 4 packs. So.
There you go.
So let me guess, did you buy a 4-pack?
There you go.
There you go.
I did.
That's one of the reasons I went to Thirsty Pilgrim is they sell a lot of singles. And
I was hoping for it. I was like, ooh, I mean, it would have been the same but
well, and my divorce
delicious. So
all right. So
my divorce shipping just showed up.
I was going to say
if I bought 4 packs, I wouldn't have room for it.
Yeah, there's no way you buy. Yeah, can't.
Actually, I don't have room for it as it is.
Right, so my third beer. I'm gonna let you guess. This is my third beer. So what might that be? It's a New Jersey beer.
It is a New Jersey beer. It is brownish, mostly amber.
It's a browner, tanner amber, if you will. It's not that there's not a lot of red notes, more orange notes to the amber. So it's leaning towards brown, not red, but that's a little.
And you want us to guess. There's at least 35 beers on tap in New Jersey right now that look like that beer.
Yeah, no. Well, this one I'll give you a couple hints. This one
no. He didn't put it in one of these glasses, so that limits one of the beers that I know.
Oh, okay.
That it could be.
All right.
Well, no, I might have done that intentionally to throw you,
because otherwise I would think it might be posh.
It might be posh.
Listen, I'm going to advocate for my quietness. And I was going to say Coastal Brew Works.
There you go.
There you go. You should.
There you go. Poured out Starboard Home, a 5% ESP with rye from Coastal Brew Works, somewhere in New Jersey.
If
more, yeah.
Once we got the hint that it was coastal, it became easy because that's the only beer of yours that runs that color. That color, yes.
Yeah. The Vienna's a little lighter than that. A little lighter than that. So.
The Pater's beer is close as well, but
and there you go. And the Pater's beer won gold from Untapped this year.
I've heard that. Mm-hmm. Congratulations.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. One gold. Not just in New Jersey, in the entire United States. Yeah, it's better than the other 6 Pater's beers that were brewed in the entire United States.
Yes, they were a 2-legged man that won the ass kicking contest.
There you go. Anyway, so there you have it. All right, so you're going. We're anything else? Any other events happening this week for New Jersey Craft Beer Week?
Yes, I mean, definitely check out your local breweries. Whether it's their Facebook pages or websites, see what they're up to.
Any that you know of specifically that are doing anything this weekend or Friday night, Thursday night, Friday night, whatever.
So Friday, well, I know for the guild we're again off the top of my head, the breweries. I like Twin Elephant has karaoke on Friday night. There's a couple breweries. A Little Dog has an event on Sunday for Craft Beer Week. But really, the guild ourselves, we've got Saturday. We're hosting 2 closeout events this weekend. One on Saturday and one on Sunday, which nice. I will be at both. Saturday is at the Sterling Hotel
love that place.
In Sterling. Yeah, there you go.
In Sterling.
Oddly enough.
They had the Morristown location for the Sterling Tavern, and I kept tripping myself up about it. The Sterling Hotel is going to at 5 p.m. on Saturday. We're going to be out in the smokehouse, weather permitting. And yeah,
should be fine. Saturday should be fine.
Oh yeah, they're going to have, I think I don't know if Manny confirmed this, but he said they're going to try to have vinyl outside. They're going to be doing some special food items, incorporating beer. They'll have a full New Jersey tap list. I mean, our purpose for picking a lot of these kick-off and closeout events was to prioritize the bars that our members recommended, but also that have New Jersey craft beer on all the time, that do support New Jersey craft beer all the time.
And I'll be honest with you, quick aside, if you're a bar that only has a couple of lines of craft, have that. We get it, right? But if you're a bar that has multiple lines of craft beer and you're in New Jersey and you're not supporting New Jersey craft beer, shame on you.
Yes, absolutely.
I have no problem echoing that sentence. I have no problem on the record. Yeah. No, you know what? Because I think, listen, I get it. the out of state, the hypey stuff, it exists in our state. It does. You know, you
It
can't
does.
tell me you haven't had every brewery that's in our state. No, you have. And it's important now more than ever, because, you know, the breweries that are close to you that are in state, they're going to want to work with you. They're going to want to bring their people out to you.
Sure.
So I absolutely, I think that's such an important, you know, thing to say, is that this week is not just for breweries.
Right.
It's for bars and restaurants that need, like, we all know, you know, that foot traffic is down, and you know, for us to all collectively work together to really, you know, to build that up is you know. So sorry, somebody just said to me before, and I can't get it out of my head, is what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And it's just I have a story we'll talk about offline about that sentence, but it's really in my brain. But no, it's true. And I encourage more bars and restaurant owners and liquor store owners to go out to their local brewery. You know, I'm disappointed. You know, I think that one thing that I've really tried to instill as much as I can, you know, if I do go out to a place and I notice that they don't, I try to not go places like this, but if I end up at a place that I see no local, you know, beer on tap, they're not getting a drink out of me. Even if I wasn't going to drink beer. You know what I mean? Even if I didn't want to drink beer. I'm like, well, listen, this girl, I love a cocktail, I love wine, I like beer, I like it all. I drink it all. You're not getting $1 out of me. And I'm a good sell. So I think that's important. It's, you know, it is a way of putting your money where your mouth is.
100%.
And me and my role in the state is to keep supporting that and keep doing what I can. To like, listen, like you, why not? Everyone, like the consumers want it. You know, it's a good look. It's supporting your town. It's supporting your local community. And I think that's the big thing that really I'm trying to drive back into this, is the community aspect of things. Is, you know, yeah, it's a brewery. Yeah, it's alcohol. Yeah, it's beer. I'm like, but it's so much more than that.
You hit the nail on the head. It's community, and it's community in a number of ways.
It's a community with farms. It's a community with
we're the brewery, you know, the industry folk, if you will. We're a community, and we want to be a community with everybody out there that's coming to the breweries. And, you know, it's all about this. It really, really is.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
We talked about it when the restaurant lobby was the one that was keeping the breweries down for so long. And
the restaurant lobby, and you spell restaurant lobby with 3 letters, BUD, but that's besides the point.
But you know, it became pretty obvious that the restaurant lobby was being more represented by those who probably not updated their decor in about 80 years, who had probably 3 lines on, all were Bud, so it's Bud Light. And
the people that were the bar owners, the license holders, the license holders that had the biggest issue, and still do have the biggest issue with craft breweries, are the grandchildren or great-grandchildren of the people that originally bought those licenses for $50 back in 1933 and haven't updated the bar because they only have 3 lines and they have burgers in the back and some food and, you know, the typical, you know, and you can't even call it a dive bar, because dive bar is actually a cool thing now, right?
Yeah.
It's I call them like the
old man bar.
Gin mill, right? The old man
gin
bar.
Yeah.
Right. And I hate using that too, because I love gin. That's besides the point. So, but
he does.
I love gin too.
Yeah. But it's a shame, because the people that, you know, they're the ones that are like, oh, we own these licenses. There's so much money. You didn't spend any money on your license. Your great grandfather bought it for $100.
I wasn't actually going into a conversation about licensing. I was going
I know.
A conversation about the culture at these bars.
The culture at the bars. Well, that's part and parcel of it. I'm not getting further into it.
It is, but the point is, if you look at the restaurants who have embraced craft beer, I mean, yeah, Cloverleaf is struggling. The waiters and the waitresses can't move around for the people waiting for a table. You know, how often have you seen them had to like really lift that thing up, get it over somebody? And, you know, I got to give it to the wait staff there. They run an obstacle course to get to their tables. It's
unfortunately, there's not a Cloverleaf in every town.
No, there's not. But those bars, the 3 that launched, the New Jersey Craft Beer Week. There's 3 examples of very successful restaurants, and part of that success is built on the fact that they partner with the local breweries.
100%, 100%.
And also, you brought up those that only have the glitzy ones from out of state. All 3 of those have managed to have the glitzy ones out of state, as well as the local craft beer breweries, coexist on their menus.
Absolutely.
Right.
And
that can happen. Absolutely. Yeah. And does.
And I do think that it's important. You know what I mean? Like, I absolutely think it's important. I'll just, and don't ask me when or what the plan is, because I'm not there yet. This is 2026 talk. But, I obviously, one thing that I have wanted to do going forward is to put on some kind of beer festival that people care about again. You know what I mean? Like, one that people really feel that community. And not saying that the other ones don't. Not saying that the other ones don't by any means, but that is maybe a little bit more moving with the times of what beer is right now. And I think a big part of that is like, you know what? In order for this to support our breweries and to support our guild, a big draw of that is to be talking with our, but the ones that also are supporting New Jersey craft beer, that are inviting our breweries to these events, that are pulling them in and being like, hey, come be part of our culture. Like, our brewery should not be leaving the state to feel a part of beer culture. And I do feel like that is a big part of what's happening. And I think it's important. I want more out of state breweries to come to us and be like, all right, come also be part of our culture, And that's why, me being out and things like being in DC and going out to CBC, the one thing that I've really taken a lot away, but one thing I really have is being able to talk with like the New York Brewers Guild and the Delaware Brewers Guild and the Pennsylvania Brewers Guild. And like, we can really work together and move things forward for all of our states. Mm-hmm. And everyone being so receptive to that and really just wanting to, because if I succeed, we all succeed. If the state succeeds. And I think that's really trying to get that mentality back into the industry. Because I think a lot of people are apathetic right now in the whole country.
100%. Oh, they definitely.
And I don't blame them. I'm sometimes apathetic, and I'm like, man, I can't be right now. But yeah, it's it's whether it's this headline about breweries closing, or this headline about stats and everything, or this person coming, but like, oh man, like shame on another brewery closing, which is obviously true. But there's at least a way to, move forward, and that doesn't have to keep happening. And we just need to kind of figure out how to get everybody. And again, like I've always been big on community. I think it's something that everyone's missing. It's just a sense of community. And, breweries can be that third place, right? Like that we've always been talking about. Like
absolutely.
That's what brewers have.
Absolutely.
And that's what breweries try to do. They try to, pull in, like breweries when they want to have events. They're hosting local musicians, they're hosting local businesses that, a charcuterie place that wants to do a class at theirs, a local painter that wants to do, that's building a whole different community outside of beer, but then brings them into, that the one product that exists is beer. So while it's not always about beer, it kind of funnels into coming back to beer.
Right. You're not wrong. All of that is 100% spot on. I just thought of it now, and not to change the subject, and I'm not really changing the subject, but cheers to Dave and Erin at Buttsville. They announced this week that they're closing.
That's a shame.
Heartbreaking. I've got a really good relationship with Dave and Erin. I live in Hackettstown, being so close, obviously.
Sure.
They've
been on the show. We've had them on the show.
Right. Oh yeah. And I think the one thing that when talking about Dave and Erin, the one thing that I always said about Dave before he opened Buttsville, and somehow still through owning Buttsville, is Dave had a light in his eyes about this industry that I hadn't seen.
He does. And I mean, I haven't talked to Dave in a minute, but the last time I talked to him, he still did. The light didn't go out.
It does, and
that's what makes it more of a shame.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. And for somebody to still kind of have that twinkle eye, even though it didn't work out the way that I think, he anticipated, any of us really anticipated seeing them go out, and him and Erin, is he still has this, like, I still want to be a part of it. I still want to be involved. And I think that that's something that we do need to like harness,
We
that,
do. Yeah, we do.
and somebody that had this, like this twinkle in their eye that, I think a lot of people would be a little bit, I'm losing the right word for it, but a little like scorned about, is that it didn't work out for me. So, what's the point? And it's like, no,
Yeah, he's not going to be bitter like
No, he's going to champion
like this beer is.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, he was a victim of
Cascadian Dark Ale is bitter.
Yeah, it's quite bitter.
What say you, Dave?
I know. He was a victim of geography.
I can't disagree with that.
It goes back to.
I go visit them, but
it goes back to what
if he'd only had a connection with Hot Dog Johnny's, because anybody go out there.
And the thing is, the other big thing there was Hot Dog Johnny's, but it was still a bit of a drive because
it wasn't around the corner by now.
No, it was not.
I'd say it was probably at least like a 10-minute drive from Hot Dog Johnny's.
Yeah. So you grab your dogs, grab your buttermilk, if you believe in that, and go to the brewery. And by the time you get to the brewery, your dogs are cold. So you always ate the dogs in the parking lot.
You ate them on the way to the brewery,
or eat them on the way. So one in the parking lot, two on the way to the brewery. Right. But it went to what we were talking about earlier, where you want other breweries near you. If there had been another brewery in Buttsville,
if there had been 2 or 3 other breweries around Dave, he would.
I think even one more may have done it. If there was one between him and Hot Dog Johnny's,
it's like what's it? He's a 20-minute ride from Chilton Mill and 25 maybe from Zig.
Yeah,
and then
I think that's about right.
Yeah, and then probably about a 15-20 minute ride from Invertas.
Yeah, which again is just too much of a gap.
But it's a gap, right? It's not right there. It's not. If you get beyond 5-10 minutes, then there's an issue, and he just happened to be outside that area. So
he was in a kind of a dead zone.
And just going off of Buttsville and looking at just kind of the trends of the industry going forward, is I do think this is something that New Jersey does struggle with. I always say, like, we're the biggest small state. Feels like everything's so far apart. But for instance, we were planning. So one thing, it is something that's close to brewers and of the industry specifically. But we are hosting our first New Jersey Craft Brewers Conference in October, which I'm very excited about. Right before the Philly CBC, and when planning it. And working with the organizer, they're like, all right, like, where's a town that there is an airport within 30 minutes, 3 breweries within a 15-minute drive, and one other thing that it doesn't matter as much as those first 2. And I was like, okay, brewery within 30 minutes, easy. I'm like, location within 30 minutes that also has available breweries. I was limited to like 3 towns. Really, like when you factor in the airport part of it. Yeah. So I was like, we don't have a lot of those. We do have a lot, but we also, no, I shouldn't say we have a lot. We have
within 30 minutes of Newark or Philly. Philly's probably the closest one you're going to get with 3 breweries within 30 minutes.
Exactly.
Yeah. Newark, I mean, there are 3 breweries within spitting distance of each other, but they're not 30 minutes from Newark.
Yeah, because you have Untied and now 4 cities closed.
Yeah,
we can't even talk about that. I mean, that's even far out. Like, you can't even get to Untied in a half an hour.
No, I mean, so
well, it depends upon crossing that one bridge. If you can get across that bridge cleanly, you can get there.
But outside of the airport part of it, it did have me looking at a lot of the state and be like, wow, we have so many gaps. We have so many gaps. I'm like, that's why, and it's easy to talk about Vermont. It's easy to talk about North Carolina because you got Asheville, you got Burlington, you've got, Colorado's a different animal, but you've got Austin, you got all these different like beer towns. The thing is that they have this one hub, and then everything throughout the state is kind of like what we're experiencing. We don't have a hub.
Well, I think what hurts us actually is our population density, because we can put a brewery here, and here. Whereas these states that are so sparsely populated between their cities, all of their breweries concentrate in the cities.
Yeah.
We have such population density across the state, except for the pines, Doug pointed out, the pine barrens, that they pop up all over the place, which I kind of enjoy that because you're getting into more along the lines of like the pre-car Europe kind of thing, where each town has its own brewery and there's that culture.
Zip code beer, as some people call it.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. So yeah, you don't have those massive concentrations, and the problem, that leads to a problem in Jersey, where if you're going to hit a bunch of breweries at a time, you're behind the wheel.
You are.
Yeah.
You are.
And that's problematic.
So where did you decide?
So we're having it in Hackensack. Because so we have it'll be, again, this is something that's more open to brewers and stuff. It's more technical.
There used to be 3 breweries there.
Well,
now there's 1.
Yeah. But no, so we are having it in Hackensack. We're going to have the welcome reception at Hackensack, and then we're going to have the second night at Bolero. So, it all worked out. We were able to figure out at least 2 places we could do 15 minutes between.
Whoa. Are you going to do it the upstairs at Bolero?
Unclear.
Make sure he gets some air conditioning up there. Like, it can get hot up there.
All right, I'll make sure. I'll tell Scott to get on it. I'll demand.
I think it should be on the deck of the brew house because it's nice and cool there.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell Scott. Wherever I want it.
No, it's not. Don't listen to John. He's.
But no, that's actually a great choice. That's actually a great choice.
So
and it only made sense, right? Because it's
a lot of things.
Mike and Bob and Scott. That's perfect. And unfortunately, Bricks had to close the tap room. Otherwise, then you had your 3, right?
Yeah.
So there you go. Yeah. And I mean, Steve, Dave mentioned Steve before, over at Ghost Talk. Ghost Talk's a stone's throw from Bolero, really. I mean,
they really are. Yeah. So we ended up working it out where we were only going to have 2 external receptions and 1 internal. So it just kind of worked out that way. That was the best for the.
That's all good. That's all.
And
good.
if you go to Ghost Hawk, you've got really good.
I was going to say right across the street.
Yeah, that's a built-in lunch.
That's what Buttsville really wish they had.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Johnny's right across the street would have been
right
nice.
Across the street.
Well, I don't want to be the one to have to bid adieu quicker. I have to unfortunately get going to my next bout of.
There you go, and those are hot dogs. Those are hot dogs that are right across the street from.
There you go. That's the
right. Yeah, but I got a couple minutes. I just wanted to let you know.
All right, so we're glad you let us know, because we're going to do our top 3, and then we'll get some closing comments. Closing arguments, yeah.
Okay,
closing comments.
What? Campanile makes 1 comment, you turn.
I just looked. I looked at counsel right there, and I just immediately went to court. So there you go.
There you go.
No,
Johnny
closing comments.
Johnny went a courting.
I went a court. There you go. Closing comments from you, but let's do our top 3 list. Our top 3 list tonight, because we're obviously discussing New Jersey. Our top 3 list tonight is top 3 favorite New Jersey towns and why.
Brought to you by.
I just got to list 3 towns and move on, right?
Right.
Why are they here?
Brought to you by John's golf score today.
Brought to you by my golf score today. Yes.
Long story.
It's a route number in the state. So, yeah, and 280. There you go. I know, I'm kidding. Anyway, Brie, please kick us off as the guest, please.
All right. Well, as a non-New Jersey native,
you've lived here long enough. You can. You can have 3 favorites.
I can. I second guess. I was like, so the 3 that come to mind, number 1, I would say would be Montclair.
Oh, fair enough.
Okay.
Montclair is probably when I first moved to New Jersey. I spent a lot.
Number
of time.
1, are you 1, 2, 3, or 3, 2, 1? What is this?
It
doesn't matter. I'm just curious. If there's no order, there's no order. It doesn't matter.
All right. Well, I'll leave my last one as my number 1 just because it's nice and sweet. No, so I'd say if I think there's actually this is in order. Yeah, I'd say number 3 would be Montclair. I've just had I've always loved Montclair. I've always
great town.
Yeah, I love a walking town.
It's great.
You'll understand. Love a walking town. Number 2, I would say, and this is the one that probably I love Asbury Park. I do. I'm a big Asbury Park girl. I love it. It's fun. It's yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's great food scene. You know, they've got a pretty, now that you know, Asbury Park's back open. They've got Wild Air out there.
Yep.
Great beer out in Asbury Park. Just, I don't know. I've always just had a love. I guess a love hate for Asbury Park, which makes me love it even more. And then number 1, and I have to say Hackettstown. So I have to say Hackettstown. Not for any, honestly, not. I love Hackettstown. The restaurant.
Has to say Hackettstown because Matt made her.
No.
Because that's where
Hold up earlier, and
because that's where M&M Mars
maybe
is
a couple
located.
months ago I'd say that.
Right. I don't think a lot of people know that M&M Mars is.
yeah, M&Ms are made in Hackettstown, folks.
Yes, they are.
No. So my actual reason for saying Hackettstown really has nothing to do. It has a little bit to do with the town. I think Hackettstown does have a pretty underrated restaurant scene.
Yes.
James on Main is one of my favorite restaurants in the state. They're always killing it farm to table. Great, just a very eclectic. I love food. I love good food. I like going out for food. So they've got a really great food scene. Obviously, the beer scene is great too. Could use a couple new bars, but they are opening a new distillery, which I'm excited about. But the reason I wanted to say Hackettstown, and this might be a cop out of an answer, but Hackettstown, oh my God, don't do it, Brianna. Hackettstown's always been very kind to me. And I think the community and like
baseball have been very, very good to me.
The community that is in Hackettstown, and again, I bring a full circle back to community, I think is one of the things that is unmatched. The spirit, and like I said, the bid directors like Leslie Knope, it's this town that, it's the underdog, and I always wanted to succeed. And, whether I live here another year or so or longer, or I move out, I'll always have like a little bit of love for Hackettstown. So I think that the community of Hackettstown is something that I can't, they deserve the number 1 spot.
Nice.
There you
go. Cool. All right. Mr. Samurai, what are your top 3?
Well, I had a couple of honorable mentions. She hit one of mine with Montclair. Mm-hmm. For the record, all the towns I'm going to mention all begin with an M.
Mine almost did.
Because you drank there or you lived there. That's why. But that's besides the point.
There's a bunch of them, but another honorable mention is Metuchen. I think Metuchen is really cool. They got a really good Irish bar there. A fantastic Italian restaurant.
I was going to say Terzo, my friend. Oh, yeah, Sergio.
Yeah. John Hall actually called him and told him they had to say that one. So,
yes.
Checks out.
Yeah, maybe he'll drop the lawsuit against me. I make up all of these things about John. It's great. So my number 3, because it's such a cute little town, and it's like no one's ever there. And I think it costs $1 to get out of the state there, and that's Milford. Mm-hmm. The old Chip Inn, now Descendants.
Oh,
Descendants. Well, it's both.
It's both.
Yeah.
Yes. The old Chip Inn at
Brewery is Descendants, and it's the old Chip Inn.
Yeah. So that's my number 3. My number 2, I had to go with a shore town. But John knows full well I'm not a big beach person. I'm not a big shore town person because I grew up down there and all the traffic and all that. But I have to go with one of my mom's favorite places, and it's because of where it sits and the way, the Manasquan River goes and all the highways go. It doesn't get a lot of traffic, and that is Manasquan. Mm-hmm. Manasquan is just such a nice, quiet little beach town, and I love it because of that. You have the boardwalk. You don't have the screaming kids. There's so much that you don't have that I dislike about certain shore towns.
Yeah, I think I gotta check out Manasquan.
It is so nice. I like Manasquan a lot. I wish
I spent some time in Manasquan once. A lot.
Yeah.
How close is Manasquan to Matawan?
About a half an hour.
Okay, good to know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just across the Manasquan Inlet from Point Pleasant.
Yep, it's right. It's Brielle is right across the inlet.
No,
and then Manasquan is next.
No, if you are standing in Point Pleasant at the
Oh,
end.
no. Yeah.
That's
No. I thought you meant the bridge. No.
That's Bricktown across from Brielle.
No.
Point Pleasant. And both of them. There's both of them.
The Route 35 bridge into Point
Route
Pleasant.
35.
You come into Brielle.
But the 70 bridge.
But if you're standing in Point Pleasant at the inlet right near the ocean,
that's
Manasquan's right on the other side.
And if you're crossing the Manasquan on the 70, that's Bricktown into Brielle.
That's Bricktown.
Yes. So
that's actually technically the Manasquan section of wall there.
So, but anyway. So Manasquan. And I've been in Manasquan. I think I recorded something for Dutch television.
I believe you did. Yeah.
Long story. Yeah. But my number one, and I just
really good bar there too. But that's besides.
There's a good concert.
There's a number of good bars in Manasquan.
There's a good concert venue there too.
Sure.
Off the beach, with 3 rooms. I don't know if this is as popular as it used to be.
Yes.
The Osprey was so cool.
The Ospreys, yeah. I mean, the Ospreys. There's definitely good bands there, but it's not like it was.
And it's got a cute little downtown as well.
It does. Another walking town.
Yep, another little walking town. But I like it down by the beach. Great
bar right next to the train station. It's really good.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're trying to make up with Jess now. Okay. That would be the Irish Rail.
There you go.
The Irish Rail right at the train station. But my number one, and because I lived one town away from it for a while, and there's so much to do. There's so much. It's got such a great scene. It was mentioned a little earlier on the show, and that's Morristown.
Morristown.
My favorite sushi place in New Jersey is in Morristown. It might be my favorite sushi. It's called Masago. And what I love about it is if you are paying cash, it's half off. Half
off?
Yeah. I really think they're a front for the Yakuza.
Whatever.
Yeah, I don't care. The sushi's fantastic. They're like right cat corner from the courthouse. But yeah, they're great. They're not too far off the green. They're about a block off the green. So much to do in that town. I love the library there. Peter Dinklage used to work at that library.
Really?
And I remember going there during COVID and renting out Game of Thrones, and the librarian who'd obviously been there since the 20s opened it up, pointed to Peter Dinklage, goes, "Oh, he used to work here." And she goes, "Small world." And I went, "You didn't just say that." She turned beet red, started to stammer. I walked away with
Was that his nickname when he worked here?
I walked away with a big shit-eating grin on my face because I had caused some shit. I should not have been as proud of myself.
Oh my God, he would have made that joke. He would have made that joke.
Yeah.
He was dead in it.
I did it in his honor.
There you go.
I'm speaking like he's dead. He's not dead.
He's
just a little short.
He's
like Matt Ziegler.
Matt's got a couple inches up Peter Dinklage, right?
That's just a few.
Anyway, all right. So mine, I'll give you 3. You know what? I mean, I could list about 30 honorable mentions, probably more. Right? I'm not gonna.
It's hard.
Both of your lists are fantastic. I have one of yes, I do like Manasquan. I do love Montclair. None of Milford is a great town. I love going over and hanging out with Joe at Descendants and Old Ship, and that's a really cool town. But I'll give you my 3. With all of them, we'll call them honorable mentions, right? I'm not even writing them down as they are or whatever. But my number 3 is along the lines of Milford, and that's Lambertville.
Mm-hmm.
Lambertville is fantastic. I did like it. I liked it a little better when River Horse was there.
Yes.
And not in Ewing at a bigger.
It's such a great spot. I couldn't put
really cool building. And the fact that it's not that I want to hold that thought. Not that I want to take away from a New Jersey town by saying a Pennsylvania town, but the fact that New Hope is right across the river.
That's exactly why I couldn't put it on my list, because of New Hope.
Yeah, but there's a lot of really cool things in Lambertville.
Oh, some great restaurants.
Without even walking over the bridge into New Hope.
This is true.
It's amazing. So that's my number 3. My number 2, and this one I had to put in there, and it's Bree's number 2, and that's Asbury Park.
Yeah.
My favorite sushi restaurant is in Asbury Park, and that's Taka. Taka's great. And I mean, just drop me on Main Street at the top of Cookman, and leave me alone, and I'm good for a couple days. Just walking up and down the block,
and Asbury Park has got one of my favorite places to take people to, and that is the Underground Bar. What's really, really cool is if you're in one of the 3 restaurants, you get done, you pay the check. They are moving for the front door. You're like, no, follow me. And you walk through some service doors, go down some stairs, and they're like, where the hell are we?
Mm-hmm. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Let me order you a cane. I'll be right back.
Yeah, really.
Play some cornhole.
Exactly. Asbury Park's fantastic. We spend, way too much time there. My number 1, I do have to say, and for a lot of reasons, for restaurants, for several Italian restaurants, for several Mexican restaurants.
Does this town begin with a B?
It does.
Yeah.
For the beach, for some venues that we can frequent for music,
and hopefully there won't be a fight.
Yeah, hopefully, right?
Hopefully,
and that would be the one I'm sitting in right now, and that's Belmar. Belmar. Yeah. So, and some of my fond memories of years ago, not when I lived here, but just coming down here. Yeah, and it's such a great town. I love being here. I love a lot about the town. So that would have to be my number 1.
Hey, the Seafood Fest, the
Seafood Fest.
What's the annual flea market? When is that coming up?
Soon.
Because that came from the flea market.
It did. There you go. Yep. And then we have San Gennaro Feast down here too. We have
with 25 only 25% of the groping.
A lot less groping than in New York. Yeah. And never mind. I'll leave that alone. Anyway, but anyway,
let it go.
Let it go. Just let it go. But no, it's fantastic. And I would have. Here's the thing too. I would have put easily on this list. Maybe not number 1, but I would have easily put the town I grew up in on this list if it were still the same town that I grew up in.
That's true. Many towns.
Towns change.
Yeah.
Now, while I still love the town because of my history and its history and everything else about it, and I wouldn't say it's horrible now by any means. It's just not in my top 3. So, but that's that. But yeah. So Lambertville, Asbury Park, Belmar. There you go. So those are mine. All right. Brie, before you go, what can you tell us is going on? Other than the rest of this week being New Jersey Craft Beer Week, and in October the conference. Anything else, event wise, beer fest wise that you mentioned before? Anything going on that anyone, even industry people, and not just the general public, if you will, need to know or should know what's going on with the guild?
Well, I have never heard of a run-on question before.
Hey, I am the king of run-on questions.
Then you and I can't have a podcast. My questions have anecdotes. They've got stories.
Exactly.
Before, just wanted to quick. I realized I didn't finish my initial thought about the New Jersey Craft Beer. We also have on Sunday a closeout event, and why I wanted to make sure to bring this up to you is in Matawan at Maloney's Pub.
Oh, Maloney's!
They have a couple of beers on tap there, right?
Just a couple
beers, just a couple,
2 or 3,
from 4 to 8 on
small
Sunday.
tap list.
Yeah.
And from what I understand, their lines tend to be pretty clean.
I know a guy that used to bartend there. He's a pain in the ass.
He's a pain in the ass with a painter's cap.
Yeah, so I just wanted to throw that one in there. And you know what? So I'm very part-time in this. I'm like very, very, very part-time. Mm-hmm. So my this is kind of after the conference. the next couple months for me is really just focusing on a lot more the education aspect of our guild, a lot more of, getting, outside of our a couple times a year meetings, getting more regional meetups,
right.
Kind of being able to focus more so on the not public facing things that our members are looking for, because in 2026, there's a lot on our radar, between obviously CBC happening in the spring, which, doesn't sound like it should be that big of a deal for our state, but
it's going to be, because it's in Philly, and there's going to be breweries down in Camden County,
and I'm already setting up, different events and tours to kind of happen for our, to support our South Jersey.
If something happens in Philly, it's happening in New Jersey. Something happens in Manhattan, it's happening in New Jersey. So it's the same thing.
And then, obviously, we're still figuring this out, how we want to be involved with the World Cup next year, and all of these different things that we're really trying to, and I've only been doing this since January. I'm kind of really just figuring out what this new version of the guild, what the guild is, and what it looks like for breweries and consumers. So I'm kind of now, I've been doing this for about 7 months now. Now I'm kind of in the focus of being like, okay, let's get the maintenance stuff that, hasn't really been able to get focused on for not only the last couple months, but the last couple years. Right. And then, next year we really have a lot of opportunities for engaging consumers, engaging, people that want to come out and support craft beer, whether it is doing, whatever event that I can do, or it is, implementing these different things that are going to get more, foot traffic in our breweries. So, we've got a lot of whether it's, big or small on the horizon, but, I'm very excited. I'm very lucky, and I'm very happy to be in this role. I've been in the industry, like I said, for 8 years. Which, it's not a lot of time, but I think it's, longer than 7 years. Sorry, I don't know where I was going with that.
Longer than 7 years.
Yeah, it's longer than 7 years, I guess. But no, I have a really
after 6 before 8, yes.
Yeah, after 6 before 8. No, I have a annoying love for this industry that, hasn't been able to quit yet. So, I'm very lucky, and I'm very happy to kind of be able to be in this position right now. Nice. So I'm really hoping to, help make some change in this industry.
It sounds like we've got the right person in the right role.
Absolutely. And kudos to all of what you just said. I hope you do everything you want to do, and are able to accomplish everything that any goal you set for yourself.
And if I can't, listen, if I don't accomplish every goal I set for myself, that's not my fault. I'm just saying that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's not that it would be your fault. I'm just saying.
No.
I hope you have the ability to accomplish every goal that you set.
Yeah, that was my, just talking to you, being like,
and then it snowballs into much more.
Much more.
Thank you. Right. And thank you for having me on the show, but also, thank you for what you do. I think this is so important for our industry. I think more of these conversations and kind of being able to poke fun, and also, make our beer industry still interesting. So thank you for that. It really, it matters. It really does. It matters.
Thanks.
So, and I appreciate being on.
And we're just do this as an excuse to drink on Tuesdays.
Yeah. It's the only reason.
Oops. I didn't know you needed an excuse.
No, thank you very much. We appreciate it. We do our best. We really do. We love doing. Look, we love doing this.
We do.
And to the point where we are going to go out of our way, okay? And next week,
hold on, wait a second. I want to hear this before I can do this.
We're gonna go out of our way like we do every year. And next week, we are going to force ourselves to have 4 or 5 Christmas ales to do our annual Christmas in July show on this show. It's very difficult, but we're gonna give it a go.
It'll be my turn to heckle on the.
Twist my arm, John.
Let me twist it. There you go.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll join in on the chat next week then.
Absolutely. Please do. Definitely join in the chat next week. Brian Boak just said it's our way to drink together. 100%.
That's if we don't wind up in his basement.
That too. And he did say that his second beer was scaled back from the first one.
Yeah, a little
blend
bit.
of his stout and English malt. It's about 5%. And he was recently in New Hope and to stop at Free Will and Hume Spirits.
I love it. I love the engagement.
That is not a bad place to stop.
Not at all.
That's
All right.
That's a beautiful tap room.
It is. It is very
So
nice.
pretty.
So, all right, Brie, go do what you have to do.
Yep.
We're going to
Thank
stay
you,
on the show for a
guys.
couple minutes. We're going to talk about one other thing that's
Make New Jersey proud out there.
make New Jersey proud, and
Curse out as many
maybe
people as you can.
depending on what's
That's
going
what-
on, maybe we'll see you at depending on what's going on, maybe we'll see you in Matawan on.
Oh, I would love that. I would love Sterling Hotel. Yeah, like I said, next Saturday the 19th, 5 p.m. Sterling Hotel. 4 to 8 on Sunday at Maloney's in Matawan. I'll be at both. You can meet me. I'm more ridiculous in person.
She is.
But I have a good time. So, but yeah, thank you so much. And yeah, like I said, if there's one thing that you take away from this, have one more New Jersey craft beer this week.
Just one, yeah. And you know what? This week and every week, just
Every week.
Just have one.
Start there.
in your regimen of drinking your beer, whether you have 2 a week, 3 a week, or 12 a week, or whatever it is, right? Just have one New Jersey craft beer. Just have one New Jersey craft beer. At least one. If you could have 4 or 5, have at it. We had 3 each tonight. Well, Dave and I did, but that was a joke, Brie.
Someone only had 2.
Listen, I was having beers before.
Only represented one Jersey brewery.
Anyway, no, just kidding. But no, but yeah, if you can have more than one, but you know what? Have one. Have at least one. You can have 2 or 3. Have at it, but at least one.
Yeah.
And visit these guys. They love visitors.
Absolutely.
And they love the chat.
Visit your local tap room and a couple.
Most of them love the chat.
Most of them love the chat.
The bartenders more so than the brewers.
Oh hell yes.
But everybody there is family. It doesn't matter whether you're talking to a bartender or a brewer or a cellarman or the owner, who quite literally at some of these breweries could be the same person of all 4 of those people.
Sometimes some of the real small ones.
Right.
Yep.
But
go visit these guys. Make them do an Underberg with you. Whatever you got to do.
Malort,
I always say,
Malort, right there.
Well, no, they don't all have Malort, but they all have Underberg.
They all have Underberg, yeah.
And if you can't make it
Malort,
out,
Underberg, potato.
They all have.
yeah, and if you can't make it out, follow them online, engage with their stuff. It's a free way to support,
Troll them if you must.
Exactly.
Yeah. Listen, engagement.
Especially these guys.
Yeah. Oh, especially, yeah.
Yeah, because New Jersey's biggest beer troll is part owner here. Yeah.
There you go. So.
All right, guys.
Don't talk about Bob like that.
He's lost weight. No, I'm not talking about Bob.
Anyway.
And
All
that's right. All right, guys. Thanks so much for having me.
You got it, Brie. Thank you for coming on. We really
Thank
appreciate it.
Thanks, everyone.
You got it. Take care.
Bye.
We'll see you. All right. So a little bit of housekeeping we need to mention. I'm going to put Doug Smith's comment.
Before you do that, let's just finish this out. So we said Saturday, Sterling Hotel. What time was that?
She didn't say. She did say the time. I didn't hear it.
She didn't say. I didn't.
But
catch it.
I didn't catch a time for Sterling Hotel on Saturday, but Maloney's in Matawan on Sunday is 4 to 8.
4 to 8 at Maloney's. So I don't know. I'll be able to make it down to Maloney's. That's a lot closer to you, but I'm not that far from Sterling Hotel. So
not so far.
That's about halfway for us, isn't it? A little closer to me, I think.
It's a little closer to the Sterling Hotel's closer to you. Actually, Sterling Hotel's probably slightly closer to you.
Yes, slightly.
Maloney's is a lot closer to me. So.
Yes, a lot.
So,
but no, let's put Doug's comment up this week. This is not housekeeping. This is just being bearers of bad news to anybody who has not heard this yet.
Mm-hmm.
So let's put Doug's comment up from earlier.
Please raise a glass to Jack McAuliffe, founder of New Albion Brewing. He passed today at 80. Cheers, Jack. Yes. Cheers. Cheers, Jack.
So we found out earlier today, his daughter Renee had posted up on Facebook that he had passed. I really do want to mention the tone of her email. It was it was a celebration of his life more than sadness and despair. It was wonderful. In his last hours, apparently she had called and they put the phone up for him to see, and he had been non-communicative for a while. And when he saw her on the phone, he had said, "That's my daughter." first thing he'd spoken in a while. So it was, I love the tone that she put up, the celebration of his life, and his contribution to the craft beer in the United
100%.
States. The first ever brick and mortar brew pub in the country. So beloved that, lost it. Sam Adams revived the beer briefly.
Yep.
Renee is working, as we discussed earlier. I think before the show that she's working with BrewDog, and I can't remember what the other brewery was that she's working with to keep the brand alive.
Mm-hmm.
So and
Marty Nakel has been on. Nachel's been on the show, and we work with the American Craft Beer Hall of Fame, and one of the initial inductees into the American Craft Beer Hall of Fame was Jack McCall.
Yeah, and it was just it's gratifying to know that he was inducted prior to him passing,
right?
So that he knew about it, and that his contribution has been acknowledged, in so many ways, but to be officially acknowledged like that,
right?
So
100%. So we'll probably chat about this next week.
Yep.
To a certain degree, obviously with our Christmas in July show, Brew Guru John Stardomsky will be on, as well as Tom the Beer Whisperer.
Yes, he did manage to clear his calendar for it.
He did manage to clear his calendar. And then if Marty can come on too, that'd be a great show. And we'll have some good Christmas in July beers, if you will. And we'll talk about those, and we'll talk about Jack, and we'll talk about some history as well. So.
Yeah, I may limit to 3 beers next week only because of one of them.
I'm having 4, but I know about your Christmas bomb.
No.
Oh, something else.
Uh-huh.
Santa Claus.
No.
Jeez, you got me pondering now. What?
You have to wait till next week with everybody.
Oh, that's no fair. All right. Well, we will wait till next week to find out what exactly it is that Dave. Will is he mentioning? Is he trying to drink a 3.5% beer and pass it off as a 30.5% beer?
I do have decimal problems.
There you go. You don't know where the dot goes.
Yes.
Anyway, all right. Well, we'll more on that next week. More on all of that next week. But once again, I'm out of beer. But raise a glass to Jack.
Yeah. I drained it when we did that.
So did I. So, but yeah, raise a glass to Jack.
There's a drop in there.
There you go.
But remember one of the pioneers fondly.
Please do, and check out the American Craft Beer Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
On Facebook and of course the website. Go check that out. And there'll be more inductees this year. Actually, technically next year. So the nominees will be this year, and the inductees will be in February. But Jack was one of the first put in. So cheers to him. Celebrate his life and what he did. We put the post up for his daughter
as soon as we found out.
It's up on the Lager Room Guys Facebook page. So go read that, please. And more on this next week, along with our Christmas in July show. So But on that note, we will wrap up the show for today. We want to thank everybody for watching, and for those of you just listening to the audio podcast, thank you for listening. Don't forget to visit our website, www.lagerroom.com. That's LAGERROOM.com. And please remember, like us and follow us on all of our social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course our YouTube channel. All of them are at the Lager Room. Remember, we go live with the video podcast on Facebook, YouTube, X, and Twitch every Tuesday night around 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And for those of you who just want to listen to the audio podcast, you can do so on our audio host, Spreaker, as well as iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Odyssey, Audible, Pandora, Amazon Music, iTunes Music, YouTube Music, TuneIn, Podcast Addict, CastBox, Deezer, Podchaser, Listen Notes. Pretty much anywhere you can find an audio podcast, you will find the Lager Room Guys Craft Beer Podcast. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to one or more of those feeds, and you will never miss a show. Again, thanks for following along with us. Have a great rest of your week. Have a wonderful weekend. We will talk to you. Drink a lot of beer, but drink responsibly, and we'll talk to you next week for our annual Christmas in July show. Put it up. Let's see. 7.3. I did better than that.
It was higher.
I
than
was
that.
an 8.4.
You were at 8.1. You stumbled at the
You
end.
got to cut it after I say you never miss a show. That's where it has to stop.
No. And the other thing,
The end stuff is all vamped. There's no part
thing
of
that you should have done, and you missed an opportunity here. Drink lots of beer, but drink New Jersey craft beer. This is what the subject of the show was.
You know what? All right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
I'll take
I'll
the demerit for that. Drink a lot of beer, but drink responsibly, and please drink some New Jersey craft.
There you go.
There you go. And we'll see you next
week. It was
8-1,
and I had to deduct 8/10 of a point for.
You know what? I'll keep the 8-1 and a deduction for that. But that's great. I appreciate that. Anyway, folks, we'll talk to you next week. Enjoy, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care. Cheers.
Cheers.